Are you trying to choose a path for yourself with your disability, but your brain won't help you? That's so annoying. My disability has changed several times, and usually my resilience reflexes and creativity showed up for me when it was time to find a way through my challenges. But the last time it happened to me, the change was so drastic and unexpected that I just couldn't come up with ideas about my way forward. I was begging people to help me and sometimes give me suggestions or even to choose for me. But they said, nope, only you can do it. But when your brain doesn't want to help you, it's even more frustrating. You see, if that's happening to you, your brain is not faulty because its job is to use information about the past and the present to try to figure out things to help you function and most of all to prevent you from danger. But if a disability, a chronic illness, or a scary diagnosis changed everything for you, and you don't have any more bearings or references that are reliable, your brain's just gonna go, ah, I don't have any information to predict accurately, so I'm gonna freeze, or I'm gonna keep you from making a decision. That's what happens when the fear center, the amygdala in the brain, gets triggered. It's doing its job, even though that's not what you want. If that happens to you, first, you gotta remember that trying to make a plan that is too far ahead in the future, like a 5 year plan or even a 1 year plan, will not work. You will still jam. What you need to do in those instances is to help your brain understand that it can adapt. Because, friend, I'm telling you, after being disabled for more than 40 years and having experienced different levels of disability, I know that we can adapt to almost anything. It's just that when we're in the thick of it, we can't always remember that. So, one way to help your brain is to say, hey, let's just do an experiment. The goal is not to find out how to make your whole life work right now, it's just to try out something. Try out an option, try out a new hobby, or using a new tool, and you just try for 1 day. So, if the experiment is not conclusive, if you find out that doesn't work for you, you haven't lost too much time. Just a day. Then, if it looks promising, try for a week. And then for a month. Because now you're starting to get real information about what's doable for you or not. If you just try for a day or two with fluctuating energy, you don't really get the full picture of what works for you. This is how, for instance, if you can't work full time anymore, you just experiment. Okay, what part of the day is more conducive for me to work at home or to advance my projects? When should I take my breaks? When is it that I get depleted? What is it that I fill up with energy? When you do some experiments, that's how you find out the stakes are lower, the pressure is down. It's just about this one experiment until you try another one. Now, sometimes your brain is so frozen that you won't even be able to come up with new ideas or things to try. One good thing to fall back on when this happens is to think about your values. What is it most important to you? What's most important to you? For instance, if my core values are joy, compassion, and growth, I'm going to try to have some of that on my day. Maybe I'm going to do an activity that I know gives me some joy, or watch something that's going to make me laugh. I can also take some time to call a friend and see how they're doing and use my compassion. Or, talking about growth, I can always find something I'm curious about, something to learn that would make me feel at the end of my day that I've grown a little bit. You don't have to just do that for your whole life, but when you're really stuck, it helps you not feeling like a failure or like you've wasted your day, because you're still progressing in being yourself and in reminding your brain that the part of yourself that you love is still there, even with your disability. And it's learning slowly that it can adapt and that it is able to generate ideas. And after a while, it's going to start giving you new ideas and do its creative job again, because it's reassured that it's starting to have good data to predict stuff again. Now, there might be some situations where this might not be sufficient. For instance, if you had a brain injury, or if you've been in a situation that is difficult for so long that you're starting to develop mental health issues. If that's the case, you're not doomed. What I'm suggesting is still going to work. It's just that you're going to need some extra things to help you. But there's still a lot of hope for you. Would you like to be part of a community of people with disabilities who all show up to help each other become the best we can be, not in spite of our disability, but with it? You can look into the description for our community on school. If you're interested to learn more about how I work with people I coach, rebuilding a good life that makes us feel excited and supported again with our disability, you can also find information about my website, Rising Disabled, in the description.